there. Hit this one.
The Blackledges are the all-American family.
That's scratch.
No. Oh, yes, it is.
Tonight is family game night with pool.
I'm hitting it like this.
Video games,
How do you not hit the
and foosball. Mom Katie spent her early years as a stay-at-home mom. Now she's teaching. Dad Dave works as a project manager and plumber and enjoys spending time with his boys. Tynan and Brady are typical teenage boys.
And they say I look like my mom, and my brother looks like my dad.
But people are then surprised to find out the boys are actually adopted. Soon after getting married, Katie and Dave wanted to have children.
We knew we wanted to have a family, and we started right away trying, and it became evident that nothing was happening.
They soon discovered they could not have biological children, and after several years, decided to adopt. Baby Tynan came first, and only months later, they got another call.
So we heard that there was this girl who was going to have a baby, and she wanted an open adoption.
I was just starting my senior year in high school when I found out I was pregnant. It was a shock. I knew I had 3 choices. I could have an abortion, keep and raise my child, or place him for adoption. I knew right away that I wouldn't have an abortion, and so I was left with 2 options. I knew that I wanted him to have everything I'd had growing up and more. I wanted him to have a mother and a father, a stable home. My boyfriend at the time wanted nothing to do with me or the baby, so right off the bat, he wouldn't have a father. After much prayerful thought, I knew that the best decision for him was adoption. And so I spent some time going over about a dozen profiles of different families that were wanting to adopt, and I decided to meet the Blackledges.
You were 17. I mean, I wasn't expecting such a smart, mature girl, but there you were, and making these big decisions, and it was very impressive, actually.
Even though I was bringing this child into the world, I knew I wasn't meant to be his mother. And they just seemed like the perfect family, and here they were with an older brother for Brady, and I just felt this instant connection with them. I knew that this was the right decision for him, but nothing could prepare me for that day at the hospital when I would hand him over to his parents. And we have a picture of that moment outside the hospital, and every time I look at that picture, or I think about that picture, I can't help but get emotional because I remember the feelings and the emotions of that moment and that day.
That's one of the toughest things I've ever seen. The selflessness that you hand over your baby who's 1 day old to us, wow, it's incredible.
At the very moment that I was feeling happiness and love and joy for this baby, I knew you were feeling at the depth of your soul the grief that you had lost him.
The night before in the hospital, I remember I just held him in my arms and I told him to never forget that for the first 3 days of his life, I was his mother and I loved him more than anything. As the years went by, we all remained close. Our 2 families have become one big family. My parents are still Brady's grandparents, and Brady knows who I am. He always has.
I grew up with the knowledge that you were my birth mother, and it wasn't awkward at all. Like, it may seem awkward to people when they think about it, but when you're exposed to it when you're really little, all it is a bigger family and more Christmas presents, and you know how it works.
It's normal, and because we all act normal, everyone else realizes adoption is just that, normal.
I don't feel like I'm being restricted in any way or that I'm unfortunate. I feel that I'm actually sort of blessed. Well, I am blessed because I have 2 awesome families.
Most importantly, Brady is happy.
I can't imagine my life without my family. My mom is awesome. She's a really good cook. No, but she supports me. She tries helping me in all that she can. My dad, a great example for me. I got an awesome brother.
With an open adoption, there are no secrets, only more people to love a child. And you can never have too many people loving a child.
I have everything that I want. And I'm just blessed in so many ways I can't even count.